Whether it's climate change, social justice, technology innovation, or personal growth. Recycling also means focusing on energy and resources. We are good. So one of you can start reading.
I think it is still on Zoom screen.
Or is it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Now? Is it good?
Yeah, now
Yeah.
we can see. Yeah.
Okay.
I will read that this thing. Yeah, just
Sure.
one
The first
paragraph.
point. Yes.
Okay. Do not tell anyone not on the spiritual path that you are working on prosperity from a spiritual mental approach. If you do, you will break the connection and drain the power building up in and around your new mental equivalent. Secrecy is an absolute essential. Yeah. Secrecy is absolute essential.
Yes. In which context secrecy is an absolute essential, that author is saying? You all can give your perspective. Very deep, actually. Very deep message is there.
But isn't it got to do with people who are not supportive of you?
Explain a little more, Ramesh.
I this I've heard before also, but isn't that about people who are not supportive of you, even if they are supportive of you, though they're not in the spiritual path, revealing it to them. I did not know that it is. It'll drain the power. It only revealing to people who are not supportive or who are negative. Only
Yeah.
that.
Yes, interesting. Any other
Means
perspective?
we may attract negativity that will drain our power. Or
So let me read it again. Do not tell anyone. To whom? Anyone means not on the spiritual path. People who are not on the spiritual path, for them author is saying, we need not to convey. Do not tell anyone what is that? That you are working on prosperity from a spiritual mental approach. And this is very important actually, and we have already discussed how this book, particularly this book, is so different. It has so different approach to attain abundance and prosperity. It has a spiritual dimension. I have never read such dimension very directly given in any other book about abundance or about prosperity. That is the difference in approach that I have seen, and this is very clearly evident and mentioned also by the author here. And if you do, you will break the connection and drain the power building up in and around your new mental equivalent. And this is also so true. We have seen, I think, 10 or 15 different participants join in between. And after few sessions, 1 or 2 sessions also for few, they drop, right? Because it is not easy for people who are not in spiritual path to understand also the concept that is mentioned, the approach which is mentioned. This is one dimension, and the another dimension which I am thinking is, if you do, you will break the connection and drain the power building up in and around your new mental equivalent. The rapport that we have with others for no reason will be broken. That is another thing. Another thing is like because they could not understand, or they might actually envy of it, or they might actually send some negativity. That may be also another dimension which could impact our path towards the spiritual mental dimension. This is actually which I'm thinking of. Anyhow, there is no concrete right or wrong answer. Every answer is correct. So you can actually, you all are free to give any other perspective you can think of.
Because what you were saying is, I mean, I remember hearing this when I did my Reiki pranic healing those kind of things, spiritual healing, that they would say better not to share your ideas or your
Yes.
projects, what you're working on, with people who are envious or people who might have, even if they're good people, by mistake, if they experience even a bit of envy, it will also reduce the chances of your success. So maybe from that perspective, here it says not on the spiritual path, as even if they're good human beings who wish you well, yeah, even if they have a little bit of, like you mentioned, envy or subtle at a very subtle level, a negative thing that can drain you. But what I've observed is, if I become stronger in my resolve, I'm able to power through. Even if this happens also, I can just push it through. But yes, initially when you are starting off, the idea is to avoid unnecessarily, bunching up negativity against you.
Very true, very true. And why to like do something and resist by our mental power? Why to spend the power that we have accumulated by the virtue of spiritual practices in
Yes.
something which we do not want to experience, even though we are
Yes.
strong enough to combat that, but why
Yes.
to go into that mess?
Yeah,
So this
exactly.
is
That is another thought I got. Why do we have to unnecessarily share all these things? Is it because we want to show that, oh, I have some special abilities, or is it because of our ego? Or I think you want to unnecessarily share for seeking the joy of somebody else's company or agreement. So all these things normally start falling away when you become spiritually strong. You won't have the need to seek approval or to
right.
indicate some abilities. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And this is also mentioned in many spiritual paths also. Like just before 1 or 2 days in our Murli, we read daily Murli. We have Rahul Bhai also in the call. He's also BK. So we read daily Murli, and in the Murli, it is mentioned that nafs dekh ke gyan dena hai. Means like if someone is not deserving, then there is no need of wasting our energy also. And we do
Yeah.
not know what negative consequence it may. So, yeah. So let's proceed to the second point if anyone wants to
Okay.
take it up.
Okay, Bikash, I'll do that.
So,
Second point is understand that you are not trying to make anything happen. You're simply releasing the abundance that is already a part of your true nature. Eliminate all pressure and intensity. Let the substance flow into visibility and experience. Easy does it.
yes, I'm just rereading again. Understand that you are not trying to make anything happen. We are not explicitly trying to anything happen. You are simply releasing the abundance that is already part of your true nature. And we have discussed this point also in previous chapter, how it is part of our true nature and how just by connecting with Supreme Lord, the flow automatically starts again. So it is in our true nature and eliminate all pressure and intensity. When we forcibly do something, when we forcibly practice meditation also, anything natural, when we forcibly do, it actually creates the resistance itself creates lack of or a not so good experience. I believe he is saying that we, we should avoid those kind of things.
Because the pressure and intensity normally also comes from our identification with our lower self, no, our subtle ego. So the moment we start experiencing pressure here, when you're creating abundance, where is the pressure coming from? If it is coming from within you. Since you're not telling anybody else, from within you only, you're saying, "Oh no, it won't happen," or "I don't think so. I really desperately want it to happen, but it's not happening." Some such subtle negative backflow will be the source of the pressure. So the idea is, it's like detachment. I've observed it myself. Like, if I just detach like a child, who says I want something, but you're not overtly perturbed if it doesn't come. When you go to that state, then it becomes easier to
True, true,
accomplish it.
true, true, very true. Thanks for sharing. Anyone else want to share?
Yes, the idea is that what I have got is that our we have to align our consciousness, awareness with that abundance. It should be spontaneous, not
Hmm,
out of any pressure. And yes,
exactly.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Let the substance flow into visibility and just experience. We just experience, we need not do anything. The flow is automatic when we are connecting properly. Our
Yeah.
job is just to establish the connection. We dial, right? In the previous era, there used to be a phone, dial phone, and we used to, now also actually we are putting some number and dialing. So once the
Yeah.
connection is established, then we need not to dial again and again. This is seamless, and just we can be in the flow and just we need to converse. Similarly here, once we need to just establish the connection and the substance flows automatically into the visibility experience. Easy does it. Any other perspective, Milinji or Rahul Bhai? Any one of you?
Yeah, because I'm just listening, and whatever just you all shared is all correct. This pressure and intensity, this thing comes whenever there is a mind and ego comes into picture. So I completely
Mm.
agree with you all. Your ego make it more intense or pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And just take your me myself I me myself ego out of this equation. Everything is already there, and that
Yeah.
is what Bikaji said in a first sentence. This is again Taoism. The very first statement of Taoism is you label something, it vanishes. So spirituality and this concept is like that. Whenever you make it visible, it will vanish. And when you keep it to yourself, it will give you more and more those experiences. And this is your very private things. No
Yeah.
need to share with anyone. And very simple example for this statement I always remember to myself is example of mango in our village. Whichever the mango which is hidden in the leaves, okay, they always stay, okay. And those mangoes which are visible, always kids throw stones at it and drop it down. Yeah. So always
Mm.
hide it from this thing, because this is your own very private one, and you will get more and more such experiences
Yeah.
of same thing. Yeah, so hide it. Yeah.
Amazing.
In,
Very
Yeah,
no, in
and
nice.
fact,
another example which is very close to me is I don't know the name of that leaves, but it what is that shy tree? When you touch it, it throws this
Yes.
sound.
touch me not,
Yeah,
touch me not.
villages. Yeah, so spiritual and all these aspects, Bikaji is like that. Yes, the
Yeah.
outside world is very materialistic thinking. So I think many people won't like this book, or it is more. Other way of earning abundance and all that. Yes, people can earn abundance in that way. People can abundance in this way. But from my experience and all that, this abundance through this book or this way of thinking, it will bring at the end the complete inner satisfaction, which is not there in outside world. Like Elon Musk is a millionaire, but I don't think he can sleep well. Isn't it? Yeah.
Mm.
So
Could be
Unless he's
possible.
earned it,
that's a yeah, yeah.
unless he's earned it in a dharmic way.
Yes, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
But my take on this after you spoke, Milinji, was I remember reading that it's very difficult to gauge how spiritually advanced, what is the level of spiritual advancement of a person. And they said some of the indicators are gentleness and harmlessness. So gentleness is normally a very subtle kind of tender energy, which is actually very powerful. But it is that's why the outside world, they say don't reveal this to a world which is harsh. That's one thing. I also remember that as one grows, I remember reading in the autobiography of Yogi Paramahansa Yogananda that as one grows, siddhis are a natural side effect when one grows spiritually. Now, if you start revealing these siddhis to others, it'll quickly develop something called a spiritual ego. especially if you have achieved a certain level of proficiency, you can demonstrate these powers at will, and it can mesmerize the world, like mind reading or say dematerializing and materializing things. And suppose you use these powers for dharmic reasons, you will not only lose the spiritual power soon, but also it can have a negative karmic backlash. So that means that as we grow spiritually, many of these siddhis I've noticed with many who seem like spiritually more advanced people, they will just smile in a gentle way. And only if you need to know, they will inform you. Otherwise, they will not inform you what they can do or what abilities they have. They just sit like a child gently and innocently, and they will have those abilities, but they will not demonstrate it. And if they do use it, also you won't even know that they have demonstrated the power. It is that gentle. That is what is coming to my mind when I hear all this.
Yeah,
Yes.
Ramesh, just to add, when you say that these saints, like yes, we came across many such saints. When you say they are gentle, it is actually you are observing. So that gentleness is already within you. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
just a simple example, because you will connect this one about the discussion happening in other group. If you just be still, yeah, just be still. Okay, listening happens, right?
Yeah.
Listening
Yeah.
happens. For listening, you do not have to do a single effort, not a single effort. I just still,
Yes.
I'm listening. Okay, it is all automatically
Yeah.
happening. Ramesh is speaking, my words are going into my ears, brain processing it, and listening happens. In the same way, if I still, but when I put this exercise on me, that count 50, that means my mind comes into picture. Yeah, my mind's into computer. I start counting. Oh, 50 counts done. Yeah, I have not got a single thought. And what that develops, ego, saying that yes, I can do meditation for, but that is not meditation. But again, this is all spiritual, this thing.
Yeah.
As you
Very well
just
said.
be with you. You're already that. Yeah, yeah. So don't force yourself. Don't force yourself for anything,
Thank you.
isn't
Thank
it?
you, Madam. Yes, very well said. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Ralbhai, you wanted to say you have unmuted, but somehow muted again.
तो इसमें हम भी ऐड कर सकते हैं जैसे कि abundance is our original संस्कार, ओरिजिनल नेचर है, तो उसके लिए हमें कुछ करना नहीं, वो हम हैं ही। लेकिन जो फीलिंग ऑफ लैक है, ये संस्कार ऑफ नॉट हैविंग एनफ है, वो हमने एक्वायर किया है अपनी जर्नी में। तो इफ़ वी कनेक्ट टू अवर ओरिजिनल स्टेट, जिसको कि हम राजयोग में मेडिटेशन कहते हैं, तो उसके समय वी कैन कनेक्ट इट।
Yes, very true. Very, very powerful message.
Yeah,
Definitely.
awesome.
We are inherently abundant,
Yes.
and that inner potential is already there within us, and we are just rekindling that. We are just wiping out the dust outside, and automatically everything is automatic and natural. Very true. Let's go to the last one, the third one, and then we can end for today. Who wants to take it up?
Yes, Vikashji, I may.
Sure, please.
As your good begins to materialize, do not get puffed up with spiritual pride. Remember, you are not doing the work. It is spiritual substance that is interpreting itself as the fulfillment of your desires, and you are but a channel for its outpouring.
Something similar actually we have just discussed.
Yes.
Right. So the ego comes into picture. So we should not actually, when it is getting materialized, means the spiritual potency is getting materialized, and we are seeing the actual materialistic abundance or some siddhis in us, we should not actually feel anyway proud. And that author is saying is spiritual pride. Remember, you are not doing the work. It is spiritual substance that is interpreting itself as a fulfillment of your desire. So we are actually not doing it. Is some force or the power from the supreme is getting the things done. We are just the instrument through which it is getting done. So if we have this mindset, then automatically this puffed up thing will not happen. The spiritual pride will not come into existence, and you are but a channel for its outpouring. Channel, the instrument, just what actually we just discussed. We are just a channel and it is outpouring, we are just experiencing it. Let it happen through me, and I'm very much blissful for the opportunity that I got, and it is happening through me. Any other perspectives, please?
Yeah, I think basically the lower identity starts getting diluted, and that identity that I'm Ramesh, instead of the identity that I'm a soul, which is a channel of that pure divine love. If I start identifying as Ramesh, then this puffing up and all that happens. So the more and more you just dilute that and allow the sankalpa to channel the spiritual energy, the more growth and the more materializing happens of that abundance.
Very true. We are not identifying ourselves with the body or bodily attributes, but with the soul. And if it is only the soul, then automatically the other layers are not there or becoming invisible, and automatically ego also disappears. Yes.
And as Rahulji was saying, our original nature is abundance. I remember hearing this in our BK lessons also, that along with abundance, there's also a certain amount of what they call royal nature, where royalty is basically that you already have everything with you, and there is no need to, prove or show anything. So you're just very gracious, very generous, very kind, and inherently you are uh, gentle, and all these qualities that are associated with royalty. So if I look at this and apply it over here, if you interpret it like this, then that is where inherently grace becomes a natural part of our way we talk, the way we conduct ourselves, and so on.
Very, very true.
Yeah,
Royalty
because
is something which exists in our thought level. Simple living, high thinking. When we
Yeah.
think royal, automatically we are in that realm, and automatically the other aspect of it will be attracted, and sooner or later it will come, but we need not to actually focus on that part. We just bring the royalty in our thought process.
Yes.
That is our job. Rest all will automatically get attracted and automatically start happening. Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, quick addition to this thing, that you are not doing your work. It is from Swami Paramahansa, Swami Vivekananda's master. He said that it is the biggest joke that human being thinks that they are doing everything. I really like that statement. And in Joe Dispenza video, he proves scientifically that when the thought comes into your mind and you interpret that thought, what that thought is, actually your brain activity start many seconds before that. So you think that you are thinking, but actually your brain is activities are well in advance,
Wow.
working on that one. That is very eye opening for me. So this is the exercise in non-duality, that end of the day, just sit and see what you have done throughout the day. Like for example, Rameshji put the scooter photographs in his affirmations. So why, from where that particular thought came to him that he needs to do this thing.
Yes.
So this is all big game, and we are just part of it. So yeah, we need to go into this dimension to realize that. And as Rameshji, I completely see, yeah, once we came out of it, then you realize, oh, this is not just my doing. The place he selected for building his house, all these things, yeah, if you start observing very minutely, then there is always a divine hand behind it. And I only 100% believe in this one. Just start seeing the life in this direction. Absolutely.
Wow, that was very powerful. I mean, suddenly when you said before we think, Before
Yeah.
the thoughts, when we think, before that, I suddenly realized when you said those words that there must be some action happening
Yes.
before the thinking is
How it
registered.
came to you? How you came to you about your scooter in month of March? Why not in February and
Yeah,
January? You know.
my
So there is
God,
something.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So definitely we
Yes.
forgot and we just remember. And this is the path actually. This is books and all that. If you see first and second, when we discuss first and two second statement, we already discussed the point third. Then how that happened? You know. So it is
You
already
know,
within us. We already discussed that. So yeah. So just author is actually just pointing us to that direction, which you already know. Means yeah, in this group definitely we can openly discuss, but normally
amazing.
we don't.
Amazing. I remember in my transcendental meditation, they normally give one bija mantra.
Mantra. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've used the same thing even in our BK meditation and
Yes.
even ISKCON Hare Krishna chanting.
Yes, yeah.
That our mind and body are connected. So
Yeah.
when we sit in one place and relax our body, and then we relax our mind, what happens is both. Even if we just keep chanting, it'll relax the mind, and then the body, without us consciously realizing, also relaxes because mind and body are connected. At that time, these thoughts start coming up from deep within. And those thoughts, I believe, are also connected to our karmas, our
Mm-hmm.
propensity to think. Whatever the pre-path of our prarabdha karma is, the thoughts will be going in that direction. So when it comes to the surface, and then in TM meditation, they say just come back to the bija mantra.
Yeah.
Don't make yourself wrong. Don't try to push the thoughts away. Just gently come back to your bija mantra. In the process, it is like dirt coming to the surface of a placid lake, and then you
Yeah.
gently wipe it away with the thing, bija mantra, and your karmas also actually reduce in that manner. So, when you said this, I realized at that time that something is happening. That is very subtle, because of the deep level of meditation. When you suddenly become so still that you don't even know where your hand is, where your leg is, you are
Awesome.
so completely disconnected. At that time, something is happening, and that is what I suddenly got when you said before you register the thought, there is something happening. And I suddenly realized, oof, that's very powerful. And if we can become more aware of that, that is puts us in a very subtle and super level of consciousness.
Wow, awesome. And that something is not by me, but from
Yeah.
Supreme Power. So I'm not
Yes.
doing anything. So there is no ego. There is nothing, no pride. Actually, there is no reason as to why
Yes.
I can remain in pride.
Yeah.
So
True.
nice.
So in normal when people describe this thing, they use this. You need to control your thoughts and this thing. No need to this thing control any of your thoughts. They are all useful. That's why Ramesh ji, you are able to build your house. I'm able to build my business. We are doing the scooter
Yeah.
repairing and all that. Those are useful, but they are not
Yes.
us. That you
They're
get from.
not.
Okay, who are you at the time of meditation? You are the same throughout the day. So just take that vibration throughout. The external thing to hote hi rahenge, and that is how you are building your house. I'm building my business.
Yes. In fact, one day I think because she had shared this, one of the readings that it is not us who's doing the chanting. It is not us who's sitting for meditation. It is
Yeah.
actually we are being made to do this through our sankalpa to be in that space. So it is that higher self that is doing it through us. That was also very powerful. I was amazed thinking that wow, it's not me who's actually chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra or the you know BK
Yeah, yeah.
pot, thinking of Brahma Shiva Baba.
Yeah, amazing. So great.
Thanks for sharing, everyone. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
thank you.
you. So let's connect again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm so happy to be back. Thank you.
Thank you all. Grateful
Thanks,
for all of you
everyone.
and
Thank
all
you.
your time.
Thank you,
Thank
Prakash
you.
Bhai.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Have a nice day. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.